Yes, we are live, and we are fucking live. Welcome back, you inglorious bastards. It is I, Doc Camo, and we're back for another test of the emergency podcast system. And before we get into the circus, even though this is kind of part of circusy, in relation to last week's homage to the would-be Bond villain, fucking Elon Musk, Twitter says we mustn't say certain things because we got back on the cesspool that is Twitter after he bought it. And they say we mustn't say things because somebody was mad at Elon Musk for losing money. And I told them that you lost money because you decided to listen to him like an idiot. And apparently they didn't like that, but it is what it is. But the circus, winning.
No.
We all been talking about this. Well, I don't want to say don't because that's a misnomer. But we all been talking about this parental rights education bill, the anti-grooming bill, the don't say gay bill, however anyone wants to refer to it as. We've all been talking about it.
The thing I don't understand is how do we support these things that are like blatantly obvious?
Excuse me.
Bad for all parties, not even the party that they're trying to like get it for.
Well, it's just, but. So Ron DeSantis was, I don't remember where which news outlet the shit was for, but he was on the news, Ron DeSantis, and he was supposed to be on an interview. And instead of interviewing Ron DeSantis, this reporter came out as gay and broke out into a song and dance about being gay and was like, gay, 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 gay to Ron DeSantis because he literally thinks it's about don't say gay. So he thinks he was sticking it to Ron DeSantis by breaking out in a song and dance about how gay he was to Ron DeSantis. When that's peak clown level, bro. And we're going to cut real quick because this is so peak clown level. I want to show you this, man. So, yeah, boom.
I've always been
Here's an interesting fact.
gay. Oops, I said it. I'm gay. You can bet it's a badge that I wear with a fabulous flair. Cause I'm gay, 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 gay. Sorry, honey.
All right, now you're on the same page.
It's too much. It makes you wonder. It's like, how do people come to these conclusions that it's like we need to force this down your throat because we can't accept ourselves? That's initially what it boils down to.
This is going to be very toxic misogyny of me or whatever the fucking buzzword is of the day. But all the trans and gay people and leftoids and everybody mad about this bill, they need to just shut the fuck up and eat it. Because it's already illegal to teach straight sex to fucking children that young. So why the fuck is your sexuality specialer than my sexuality? Children that young can't talk about sexuality, period. It's not because you're gay. You shouldn't be talking to my kid about butt sex.
Just no. Keep it to yourself.
You can have a boyfriend, but when I was in school, when they were still fucking following the National Code of Ethics for Educators before they started dumbing people down. Well, I mean, I kind of dropped out when they started doing that or whatnot. I knew nothing about my teachers' personal lives like the way it was supposed to be. Like, your personal sexuality is not relevant to my child's education.
No. It's one of those things like, at what point do we decide that teaching certain perspectives on different aspects of existence is acceptable to be taught to young children, let alone any child? Like, let them figure it out on their own.
Let them be child. Let them reach puberty and then figure it out.
Yeah. Whatever. The only thing that you need to do, just like any good parent should do, don't acknowledge it. Let them figure it out. Because if you acknowledge it, then you feed into a perspective, and if they're not what you're assuming they're to be, you fucked up.
And
no
amount of...
Just let it be. It's just like when you assume somebody's gender. It's like, I'm not trying to assume your gender. Like, you come up to me and you say my name's Michelle, and you obviously look like a giant burly man. Like, whatever, your name's Michelle. Like, it is what it is.
There was
I'm gonna respect that. Just don't force it down my throat. Whatever if you have a dick or not, I don't care.
We served with a guy named Ashley. That like you can say kind of things of whatever you want about this dude, but if you kind of like said anything about this dude, you'd probably. He was by far not a girly man.
Point made. It could be the same aspect. Like,
I'm not going to assume that you're trans or whatever. You could be Ezra Miller and just be like, I'm non-binary. Stop yelling at me for punching that woman in the throat.
That I seem to like miss is it's like, okay, you obviously are a character. Everyone's their own character.
No amount of
No
flamboyant
one needed.
song and dance rant is going to change the fact that most of us support parental rights and education.
And that's for all. Like, it just none of it should be talked about because then nobody's getting better, and they just shouldn't be talking about it.
And it's not even a righty thing that I'm talking about. Left, right, sideways, gay, left, straight, black, white, yellow, and polka dotted. Most of us like this. Most of us support this. Most of us want this everywhere.
Very simple.
I don't know why you're trying to protect gay grooming.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, this
Yeah.
dude, sorry.
If anybody wants to like support anything, support no group.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the equality.
Everybody's just together. Done.
So we get two options. Either I could teach your kid about straight sex and tell him not to tell you about it, and and counteract you making more gay people, or we teach no kids that young about sex the way it should be, and you shut the fuck up and enjoy the equality. These are our two equal decisions. We have one that's equal but fucking shitty, and we have one that's equal but fucking good. That's our choice. Not like your sexuality does not get special treatment. Period.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
No, the problem all began, and it's a very simple concept when you really sit down and think about it, like where they perceive that these things were possible. Now, when you decided you could have men groups and girl groups and lesbian groups and all Asian groups and everything else in public schools, like, after school curricular activity in the school, that's where you fucked up. That should have always been a private sector thing the whole time. It should have had nothing to do with school. That should have been an out-of-school extracurricular. You could choose to do, because that would be your own.
You want your Latinx girls for a women fucking America group? Then you do that on your own time with your own money.
Exactly.
If you want a fucking a civil rights group that in a public educational school, that civil rights group in that school location is gonna look like the motherfucking rainbow, because that's the fucking point.
Exactly. Any grouping you have in any school shouldn't have that term in it. It could be like, you could have your whatever, like, chess club, like science club or whatever, all like the real sense-making ones until you hit, and some people want to say some aspects of high school you should be allowed to take it optional. I still think it's a college thing.
All the teachers crying about this, quitting, staging walkouts and stuff, losing their job, you leaving and quitting is not going to help, because you shouldn't be there anyway. They should all be thrown in prison. And I'm not being like Russian ancient Soviet gulag over here. You are breaking the National Code of Ethics for Educators, our United States personal national code of ethics for educators. Your political decisions and your private life do not belong in school. Period.
There's no need for it. I don't accept it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't.
Like, if I'm teaching your kid and your kid comes to me acting liberal, I'm supposed to be like 2 + 2 = 5 if I'm a math teacher. Even though I know she's speaking retardedness because you taught her retardedness. By our National Code of Ethics for Educators, I am not allowed to fix that. I'm supposed to be teaching her chemistry, fucking gym, math, whatever the fucking case may be.
Yeah.
That's not your place.
Yeah. Just let it be. Because there's children, and that's like, when you think about it, children are like the best aspect of existence. Because at that age, if you do it correctly, and that's the problem that people don't seem to understand, is you have to put them in scenarios, you got to give them enough information to figure out how to thrive in their own. And if you keep trying to dictate every decision, thought, premise, existence,
They're going to emulate that.
they're going to end up that way, period. And that's what their norm and expected will be.
Like, you are not helping
Forcing
these
that,
children.
you know,
You were
these people should be
brainwashing
running
them.
the country, and we all should be under control, and like that's what the kids are going to believe should be right and should happen.
Yeah, they're brainwashing them.
Exactly. And
They're
that's-
turning them into a bunch of.
You want to talk to them about, you know, like, oh, well, you know, I think this might be better, without clarifying some of the extreme parts of it, and let them come up with their own decision. Fair. That's respectable, because at the end of the day, that's all you're supposed to be doing. You conversate about it when they ask questions, or if they're around you while you're having brief conversations with people, because obviously you shouldn't be like dramatically going over that around children, because it's only going to mess with them mentally. If you're retarded, you're retarded. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Peace.